Live. Hello, I hope we are live. If we are live, oh my gosh, you do not understand how grateful I am that we're live and that you can you can see us. So I'm going to double check to make sure, because this is the very first time going on StreamYard. You're probably wondering who this lovely person is next to me with this strange mask on. I shall be introducing her in just a second. If you are watching, please do comment so that I can see and know that you can see us. I just want to explain that we have been trying to get this working for the last hour. I've been using Zoom. I'm quite new to Zoom, but I have managed to live stream from Zoom for the last 3-4 weeks. However, today it just wasn't working. We persevered for a full hour until I just thought, you know what, let's give up. Last minute, I thought, let me try StreamYard, because somebody told me about StreamYard, and hopefully, I don't want to speak too soon, but hopefully it's worked. So I like to take lessons from things. For me, I think the lesson might be, if we are doing the same thing and continuing to go the old way and it's not working, we've got to find new avenues. So please let me know if you're watching this, if you can see us, because I can't see myself on Facebook Live. But I'm just going to go with the fact that you can see us, and I'm prattling on while this lovely woman next to me is wearing this really funny mask. So I'm just going to go like we're live anyway. Who am I? My name is Daniela Blechner. I'm an author, book journey mentor, founder of a company called Conscious Dreams Publishing. We work with authors from all over the world to help them to get their powerful messages and stories out there in the form of professional books. You are watching Book Journey Mentor Uncut, a show where I interview authors, whether they've been published by us or whether they haven't, whether they're traditionally published, self-published, as long as they have a powerful message and story to share. It's also a platform for you to learn about the publishing process, book promotion, anything books. So I love to interview experts as well. Today we have the awesome and amazing and very patient Blodwen Jones, who is one of our new authors. She's published a book called Moonstruck, which came out on the 31st of March. So hello, Blod, how are you doing?
Well, I'm all the better now that we've actually got here after spending an hour with this bloody mask on. Sorry for swearing, folks, but you know, hey ho. That's it. I've had enough.
We made it. Okay, let's log off then. We can say bye. No, you're here. Hey, so happy to see you here. Tell us a little bit about
here at last.
Hooray, at last. I'm hoping so. If you are watching, and
this was our fourth attempt.
Yeah, our fourth attempt, but it's like our fifth attempt today. But in the past, we've had 3 other interviews that we also couldn't manage to do. But you're here. You're here. Good things come to those who are patient. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Where do you want me to start? The 67 years
to
go for.
All right, so you're 70. How old did you say? How many years?
67.
67 years. Okay, we won't go through every single year, but tell us a little bit about your journey to where you are now.
Oh well, where do I start? In a funny sort of way, really and truly getting this book together started when I met Janessa in
Janessa Kaur, one of our authors.
June last year on a very, very hot Saturday. And I ended up in this Ethiopian cafe, and she happened to be in there having lunch. Neither of us had ever tried. We just tried Ethiopian food before. We just hit it off. Swapped phone numbers. Had a hug as she was, and it was just amazing. And she introduced me to you. And there's been a lot of synchronicity since then. There's also been a lot of flaming hard work and patience testing.
Patience.
I should know all of my poems off by heart, having read the manuscript so many flaming times. But I don't.
Let's not put people off just yet.
No. But you know, and then I've noticed a couple of mistakes that I missed now. But never mind. You know,
we can go back and correct them. We can change words. That's fine.
Well, yeah, there's only. But anyway, it was a learning curve. It certainly was, and there were times I wanted to give up because, it was a struggle at times. But I don't know what it was that made me carry on, and it's more a case of, I mean, some of the poems I've had to dig really deep, and in a funny sort of way, it connects with having trained as a counsellor in the past. And some of the poems, I think, or I hope, and I feel that we're all humans. It's a human condition. A lot of the things I cover, I think, not all of it, of course.
Well,
I mean, my last chapter, which is the biggest chapter, is my shit experiences with men. But hey, that's, but then we've all had bad experiences in our lives with other people and what have you. I don't know.
So tell us what inspired you to write the book, and would you say that you've got a message? Is there a message to your book?
Depends on where you're coming from. I think I do know that there's one person in particular that I've inspired to work on their poems. Hi there, Guy. He knows who I'm talking about if he's watching. And I don't know, and I've sort of reached a point in life where I don't know how to put this, but the only way I can say it really is I don't give a damn, in the sense that I mention things that you're not really supposed to talk about, and they do need talking about. And one of my poems, I'm not sure if it's in this book or if it's one I've written for the forthcoming book. And with mental health, you're not supposed to talk about the fact that the medication often kills your libido. And in our society, you're not supposed to talk about sex. It's a dirty word, and there's the odd swear words in my book, and the mention of giving head in one of the poems. It's yeah.
Maybe that went over my head. I didn't notice. But so I know that you touched on these taboo subjects, and one of the ones that is actually close to my heart as well. You speak a lot about mental health. Having gone through mental health issues yourself, can you just tell us a little bit about your experiencing mental health issues?
Well, I've been sectioned 4 times in the past. The last time was just over 20 years ago. And now I can look back on all that and see it as a spiritual awakening. But at the time, it was, well, they were horrendous experiences. I was dragged out by the police on a number of occasions, handcuffed on 3, naked and handcuffed on 1. And it's it is what it is. It happened for a reason. And in a funny sort of way, it's meant that I've been able to talk about it, to move on. And I got involved with South London and Maudsley in 2011 through peer support. I trained as a peer support worker, and as a result of that, I've done a lot of stuff within the mental health what you call it? Not system's not the right word, but anyway. Sorry.
Go on.
Anyway, and it's really, funnily enough, it's built my confidence. I think I've got more confidence now than I ever had in the past. So.
And what do you think has helped you to sort of gain that confidence, that not giving a damn feeling?
Being old.
You're not old.
I don't know. It's the journey I've been on, I suppose. It's I don't know. Just never had in the past. Finding me, I think, in a way as well. I'm still getting there, don't get me wrong. But here's what it is. It's just the journey that I've been on. Any more questions? Go on, girl.
Yeah, go on. What would you say has been like the biggest lesson or awakening for you? Aside from
awakening, what? Sorry.
What has been the biggest sort of awakening moment for you, or the biggest lesson for you?
Don't give up. Somebody asked me that a while ago. Don't give up. Just keep on trucking. Don't. And yeah, life's hard for a lot of us. It's really difficult, but it's a strengthening. It's a journey. It's what we're here for. We're here to learn, and we never stop learning. I don't think we do. I've still got a lot to learn. I don't know what yet, but hey, we'll see.
Ready to learn it. One of the things I love about you is your sense of humor. What would you say that's something that has allowed you to sort of get through a lot of the difficult times? Where's your humor come from?
I don't know. And I've got a very naughty sense of humour at times.
Got to get the book.
I see things that other people may not see, and I actually go to an improv. I was fortunate enough to go to an improv class through the Recovery College with Slam, and that was just. I wrote a poem, and I was actually in an ad for the lottery.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and a few other bits. But and I was interviewed for I can't remember what paper it was, Sunday Mirror, I think. But that was just. I had to have tissues every week. It was a taster and a 7-week course, and the facilitators were brilliant. It was just so hilarious. And before all this hit, I used to go the first Monday of every month. To the workshop, and it's just humor. Laughter's one of the best medicines going.
Yeah, I was saying that today to somebody. Yeah. Even in the darkest moments, humor for me is like the river that runs through all things. That allows us to kind of connect back to our sense of playfulness, especially in times where we're having a bit of a shitty time. So
Now.
Yeah, exactly. So let's talk about Moonstruck now. So where did your title come from? If I'm looking down, it's because I'm trying to make sure that we are going live and that I can read the comments. I know that there's some comments. I can't see them. I can see that Faye's here, but this is all a bit new to me as well. So please tap the screen, say hello, show us some love. We will address all comments after this if we're not able to get into them now. So feel free to say hello and ask any questions. Go ahead, Blod.
Moonstruck is what lunatic translates as.
Okay.
And I don't know why it struck me to use that as a title. And I was thinking about, I need a picture of a wolf howling at the moon. And I suddenly realised my sister had done me a picture years and years and years ago. Yeah, here we are. And I asked her if I could use it, and she gave me a permission. So hey, Ro, there you are, girl. I don't suppose she's watching, but and then last year, funnily enough, Morris Thompson did a caricature of me, which I love. Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's near the.
It's here at the end of the page.
There you go. Can you see it?
Yeah, it's the one that we use. Yeah, to promote.
And luckily I had his phone number, so I asked him if I could use that, and it says somewhere near the back that the profits from the sale of the books, if any sell, are going to 3 charities.
Well, we're going to pop the link to the book in the comments, so please do feel free to buy your copy. That would be amazing. Can we hear some of your poems, please, Blod?
Oh,
what are you going to go?
No, I actually want to. The first one is that I wanted to do is the first one in the book, and it's called She Who Provides.
Okay.
I want to be a free citizen of the world, humanity united under a common flag unfurled. No more discrimination because of the look upon your face, just acceptance as a member of the human race. If all are truly equal in the eyes of the Great One, then is there need for conflict before the day is done? What need for many to starve while others are well fed? For some to live a life of charm instead of one of dread? What point in wars that wreck all of our lives, leaving scars and pains to harm all that survives? Look what we've done to our home, Mother Earth, a beautiful entity who helped bring us to birth. She freely provides us with all of our needs, much of her bounty carrying their own seeds. We have lost our respect for she who provides, ignoring her needs in our greedy meteoric rise. When will we put right this heinous wrong? welcoming each day, acknowledging her song.
Beautiful. Thank you. Thank you. I think that's definitely really relevant today. So let's obviously touch on where we are now in our lives, this strange era that we feel ourselves in at this moment in time where the world has been called to quarantine, or the humans of the world have been called to quarantine while nature is thriving. The world is almost restoring. Do you feel that that's what's happening at the moment while we're all indoors, that nature, she who provides, is now healing in some sort of way?
Oh, big time. You know, you go down the main roads, and near where I live, I can breathe better because the pollution is so much clearer. It's gone more or less. Apparently, the rivers are cleaner. The in Venice, the waters are clearer. Fish are being seen in there, and she's healing. She doesn't need us. We're like fleas on a dog's back, and all she's got to do is give herself a good shake, and we're gone. We are. We really do. This is a time for reflection and really taking stock of where we are and what we're doing. Do we read? Well, I haven't been on holiday for years, but do we really need to be going abroad every 5 minutes and, in aeroplanes? And long story, I won't go there.
Yeah. Using plastic, damaging the environment, 100%. Yeah.
And now they've got all these gloves all over the place that people are just chucking off when they've, yeah.
Oh God, kind of defeats the purpose of gloves, doesn't it? So tell me, your book is divided into different sections, so we'll go through some of the chapters. So you've got chapter 1 is Satori. What does Satori mean?
Oh God, I can't remember. It's something along spiritual, It's something along those. I was trying to be very flash and get people to look up on Google and see what the words mean.
I tell you what, competition. If please do look up Satori. I'm going to type it in the comments because I can multitask. I've got it on now. Satori. First person to tell us what the heck that means. I mean, Blod, I really should know. Then what we're going to give
remember? Blod? I'm getting old, girl. I can't remember everything.
So what would you say? What should we got? Free copy of the book?
Sorry.
What should we do? Give them a copy of the book?
Well, I don't know how that's going to work because I've been trying to get to post some stuff for weeks, and the queues are just.
I'll tell you what. When Blod has a book launch, you will have you can come
an invite
and get a free book there in person and an invite. Yeah.
Well, that's if they're not in America or whatever.
Best person to tell us what Satori means. That would be fantastic. Thank you. Do you have a favourite poem in there, or do your poems change from day to day depending how you feel?
I don't know. It depends on what mood I'm in, really. I mean, the one I really want. Well, no, there's a couple that I really wanted to read out. No, I keep to. Oh, what's going on? There's Pussy Power at the moment.
Come on, then. I know you're dying to read that one. Come on, let's read this one. See, I'm so naive. I was reading it. I was like, oh, the cat. And I was, Anyway, go on. Let's hear it.
Okay. Anyone who has one knows just what it's like to have to give it a regular, loving brush. Mine is very difficult to get to in oh so many ways, and I want to get on with it as I'm always in a rush. He's such a little darling when he wants to be, but more often than not, he's a cat who occasionally gets on my lap. Who'd have thought I'd get to that? Because when I got him, he was a little sod. He tore up my bedroom net curtain. It was hanging there in shreds. Whether to keep him or not, I wasn't certain. I cried, I moaned, I gritted my teeth and kept plodding on, having patched the threads. He's at the door now when I get back and puts his paw around it. Be careful where I tread. He's got a lot wrong with him and is an upchucker. Practically all I have, he has to claw. But I do love the little fucker.
Thank you. That's great. So we've got Janessa online. She's come on. Hey, darlings. Nice to see you. We were just talking about you earlier because Janessa introduced me to Blod. We were all sort of volunteering on this. It was like a cinema. I can't even remember what it was now, but it was at an event. And Janessa met Blod, told Blod about myself and her book. Of course, Blod bought a copy of her book because wherever Janessa goes, like people buy her book, they love it, and it inspired Blod to get her book published. So thank you so much, Janessa. We've got Dee Bailey. She has said enlightenment. So right, we're going to do this live. I'm going to actually look it up on the Google. Note to self. Let's know what these things mean. Oh, okay. I'll give it. Satori is a Japanese Buddhist term for awakening, comprehension, understanding. I think we can give that to Dee. What do you reckon, Blood?
Oh yeah. Where does she live though?
Blood, where do you live? Sorry, Dee, where do you live? Well, she's based in London, so we'd love for her to come down to the book launch. Obviously, the plan was to have the book launch in May, so that can't happen. Well, we may do an online book launch.
Really?
Yeah, I'm just throwing it out there now. It's taking us an hour.
We'll manage to get online to do it.
Oh Lord, I don't know. As we said at the beginning, this is like our fourth attempt to do this interview. We've been trying to go all live for the last hour and a bit, so maybe we can shelve the online party. But I think we should press ahead and see if we can do it. But yeah, come to the actual event when we do that. Janessa says, so proud of you, sweetie. Oh, thank you so much. Hey Motas, nice to see you as well. Please do throw your questions up for Blod. This is her first book. It's got some beautiful poems in. It's called Moonstruck. It covers many topics from mental health to family to men, relationships, self-love, as you heard, cats. So and
I didn't put it like that. Pussies.
No, thank you, Blod. So they are the collection of poems, beautiful, and some of the proceeds go towards charities like Mind, the Alexander Paul Foundation, which is Joanna Brown, who's one of our authors. She published a collection of poems written by her son, who passed away after an 18th-month battle with brain cancer. So she set up a foundation, and it also goes to Womankind as well. So tell us a little bit about these charities and why they're close to your heart.
Well, Mind, obviously, because I've lost mine a few times. And, you know, they do a lot of good work for people who've got mental health challenges. Womankind work a lot more with women abroad, trying to empower women and help them to get away from violent relationships and set up their own businesses and all this sort of stuff. And the Alexander Paul Foundation, as a result of meeting Karen, isn't it? I can never remember people's names. I'm crap.
Joanna.
Oh, Joanna. Well, I know there's Karen as well, isn't there?
Karen as well, yeah.
Yeah. And you know that really struck a chord because a friend of mine lost her son to a similar condition and what have you. So, yeah. And the fact that it's to help young people get into the arts.
Yeah.
The Alexander Paul Foundation charity.
It's a great way to channel mental health and for mental well-being as well, to channel that creativity in other places. Thank you so much. So tell me, let's talk a little bit about the nitty-gritty of the writing and publishing process. First of all, I mean, is writing something that you do regularly? Have you always written? Did you find anything challenging having to write about during the process?
I actually put at the back of the book about the fact that I hadn't kept any poems from. I said the first one was Crime for Drugs or Drugs for Crime, which I wrote in '93. And then during lockdown, I discovered some poems from the 70s and 80s and one from the 90s that I didn't know I still had.
Where'd you keep them? In a notebook?
Sorry?
Where'd you keep them? Is it in a notebook?
Well, they are sort of in two notebooks. Okay. But I'd forgotten that they were there, you know, I totally. So I've been getting them typed up and long story. But anyway, They're going to be in the next one, along with the ones that I've been writing since this one was published. And yeah, that it's weird because going back to what we were saying about meeting Janessa, from meeting Janessa to getting Moonstruck published was 9 months, and that's like a pregnancy, isn't it? You know, it's like, you know, and then the book coming out was like giving birth, and it was quite painful because this whole situation meant that the planned launch couldn't happen.
Yeah.
One thing or another, and then, well, it's just been an amazing learning curve.
Yeah.
And I hope the next one will be an easier journey.
Than, definitely. I think so. I love the fact you've got so much writing, you know, discovering stuff from the 70s and 80s. And I think, you know, everyone's publishing journey is different. Everyone's got different kind of skills. So some people who are, you know, completely, I mean, you saw me with my Don't Rush TikTok. It's not even TikTok. We just did it on normal phones. But you saw how painful that was for me. I mean, honestly, I found it so difficult. Luckily, I just gave it to a lovely 17-year-old. She's been doing work experience with us. She edited it. She sorted it out, told her what I needed, what I wanted, and it was perfect. But I think, you know, we have different skill sets. So what did you find difficult and challenging about the process? I know that you had your book launch cancelled.
I was going to be really naughty and say working with you.
Right, we're logging off. Terminate interview.
I'm joking.
You're not coming back now.
I'm joking. No, I for me it was going through the manuscript time and time again, and you know, trying to get it right the way I wanted it, and as I said, I've still missed. There's 2 that I've noticed that, you know, but hey, you know, that's one little comma between family and friends, isn't there? Which changes the context. It's saying family friends instead of, do you know what I mean? Anyway, it's me being nitpicking rather than.
We can easily change that. That's what the proof copy's for. So you get a proof copy, you read through it, and then anything that needs changing, we can do. It's very
I know, and it's me. It's me. It's all part of my journey, and you know, I need to be more patient in a way. But I've done it. You know, it's like, wow. When I got my proof copy, it was unbelievable that I've actually achieved that. And the fact that you accepted the manuscript in the first place was, you know, wow. You know, somebody believes in me and what I've done, and that they can see that there is value. And I know I'm not trying to put words into your mouth, but I think you saw something there. Well, you obviously did, because you went with it.
No, we don't just take anything.
Oh, that's good to hear. Thank you. Yeah, it's and I think some of the, not all I know, but I know some of the poems have resonated with some people. Yeah. And yeah, because of the feedback I've had, as I said earlier. But hey,
you've also got like thank you so much as well for sharing that honest experience too, because there are little small things that don't always go right, and it can be frustrating to read over the manuscripts, and we do get people authors to read over their manuscripts every time there's a change, because we want it to be thorough. You know, once it's been typeset, so that's the interior design, sometimes letters jump around, sometimes the spacing's off, so we always go through it each and every time there's been any change to the stages. So yeah, thanks for your patience for that. We've got Janessa, who said it was meant to be Blod. She's also said, you're such a giving and inspirational woman with a special quality. I was instantly drawn to you when we met beautiful sister Blod.
Thank you, Janessa.
Yay. You see, it's good to talk. It's good to have conversations with people that we don't know, because there was no way of you, you know, otherwise having met, I think. Was there?
It was really weird, because part of me wasn't going to go out that day, and I didn't have any lunch, and I was going to go and have lunch in a Sawala cafe, and when I went in there, Joss said, well, we're not doing food today. And that's what made me go across the road to heaven. Now, see, I met Janessa in heaven.
I love it. Janessa, you're an angel.
She certainly is. She certainly is.
So, big shout out to Joss, by the way, and to Nerfatiri, who own Azawara. Really beautiful shop, sells lots of crystals, African prints, beautiful food there, nice little cafe. Looking forward to that being open, giving them a bit of a shout out there, and clothing as well. So we will be having a launch, so we will let you know when that's happening, because this is going to end at some point. There's going to be an end to this, and there's going to be meetings, and there's going to be social events, and there's going to be supporting, there's going to be collaborating, there's going to be joy, and we'll appreciate it a lot more.
And hugs.
And hugs, yes, virtual hugs. Another thing about Blod is she's got really beautiful, I think, when I listen to performing voice. So she sends me voice notes sometimes on WhatsApp, reading her latest poem. Sometimes they're a bit naughty, and it's like early in the morning, and I'm listening. I'm like, I should not be listening to this right now. So, is that something you said you've done improv classes before? Is that something that you've thought about, doing performance poetry and maybe even videos? I know you don't like technology, but
I go to the Ritzy on the first Tuesday of the month, upstairs at the Ritzy with Mind Over Matter. Pisky is an amazing young man who set all that up a few years ago, and he's been to Australia with it and all sorts, and I go on open mic there, and I've done open mic about 4 times now, I think. So he's put me on YouTube.
Oh, amazing! If you can find the link, pop it in the comments. I didn't know that.
Mind Over Matter LDN.
Mind Over Matter LDN. What's the name of the person who set this up?
Pisky.
Pesky.
Fisky. Fisky.
Big up Fisky for Ritzy, Brixton. Mind Over Matter LDN. Going to check that out. So last question then for you, Blod, if we don't have any other questions online. What would you say to somebody who was, they've got, they really want to do something, like they want to publish a book, for example. Maybe they want to set up a business. Maybe they want to set up a new venture. Maybe they just have a new idea, or they want to take a new direction in their life, but they're being paralyzed by fear, doubt, and they've got these mental blocks that are stopping them from getting into the, really becoming their greatest self. What would you say to them?
I really feel that in my situation, synchronistic, is that the right word? But there's a lot of synchronicity going on. Meeting Jeanette, I suddenly remembered I had I looked at publishing company in the past a long time ago, and it just didn't feel right. But meeting Janessa, and I think it was the event in Clapham that I came to and met you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just a series of happenings that were just so right. And I think what you have to do is just keep going. If you feel that what you've got is worth doing, your idea, go with it, follow it. And if it doesn't work out, it's not, I can't think of the word here. Sorry?
It's not wasted?
No, because it's a journey and it's a learning curve. And you'll say to you, well, it didn't work that way. Is there another way I could try? Is there something else I could do? And all of life is just exploring, finding out what it is. It's taken me long enough. It's a long time in the game. Really and truly, my journey started for want of a better, 2011, when I got involved with peer support, and it's from there that I've built up myself, because up until then, in a way, I'd always tried to be what other people wanted. And I was finding me within all of the mental health system, and growing and developing. And you know, I don't know, I read the words, just, I'm for a wordsmith. That's terrible, isn't it? You know, because I call myself a wordsmith now, amongst other things that I won't go into. But just don't give up. You know, you've just got to, it'll come to you. What you're meant to be doing will come to you at some point.
Thank you. It's a really solid wisdom there. It seems from what you said that you've definitely been on a journey, but it's almost testament to the fact that each and every single step that you've been on that journey, whether we want to class it as good or bad, challenging or easy, rough or smooth, whatever, you know, each step is taking you to where you need to be. And it's all, you know, a beautiful journey of self-discovery, even though it's been a bit shit at times. In your own words, Blod.
It's been a lot of shit a lot of the time. It's not.
But you're a beautiful soul, and we're so proud of you, and we're so happy to have you as an author. Please do check out her book Moonstruck. You can get this from all good retailers. I'm trying to find there you go, Moonstruck, from all good retailers. I'm going to post the Amazon link on there right now. It might say temporarily out of stock. Ignore that. That is not true. You can get it, and you'll get it within the next 3 to 4 working days. So thank you so much, everyone, for coming on. Thank you so much, Blod. You've been amazing.
Oh, you're welcome.
I'm really looking forward to your event and hearing more poems.
There's going to be a CD before there's another book.
CD, people. Hopefully some more videos. All right. Take care, everyone. Thank you so much. Bye.
Bye. Take care.